he just does pod racing for kicks, and so like he literally just like goes to like have a good time because apparently he doesn't get enough of a thrill out of murdering people and baking them into
pod
pies,
races for a
la
clone?
like Sweeney Todd. No, so
incoming transmission from an unknown source. It seems to be urgent. Patching them through. They're calling themselves the HoloNet Marauders.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the HoloNet Marauders podcast. Everyone's all smiles today. I guess we have a very exciting episode.
Well, right before we started, you literally were like, "Oh, I have to go grab a prop," and then you told Matt and I, "Hey, no props," and we're like, "Okay, sure." And then you started off, and I was expecting at least you to have the prop. And
no, well, I said no props.
Hey, I behaved myself.
The props.
I did too.
The props are for later.
Okay.
Props are for later.
Props later. Sure.
We'll get to the episode in a few. But how are you guys doing? How are the Bombad Jedi doing?
I'm good.
Are you guys still Bombad Jedi, or are you Bombad Sith now? Have you joined me?
No, I'm a Bombad Jedi. I have a little tiny story about the word Bombad that I really like. Because everybody knows I'm listening to the Aftermath trilogy. And in Aftermath Empire's End, there's an interlude with Jar Jar Binks. And they're on Naboo. Right. And in the first one, they kind of go over like the system where all these orphans of the war are sent to Naboo to be adopted and given new homes and all that. And in Aftermath's End, we follow an orphan who's like scarred and like really sad because they're never going to be adopted. And one of the people who's watching the orphans lets him kind of go and say hi to this Gungan clown that performs for the orphans. And of course, it's Jar Jar Binks. And they sit down and, they go over, Jar Jar tells him about his tale of woe and how everybody thinks he's responsible for the Empire. And, he got kicked out of Auto Gunga. He can no longer go home. Yeah, sure. And it sounded just like that. And of course the orphan, the boy tells him, he's never going to get adopted and all that, and everything's sad. So they decide to like team up. Or should I say the boy decides, he goes, well, maybe we could hang out together and you could teach me to perform as a clown. And Jar Jar goes, oh, that would be Bombad. And the kid gets really sad because he doesn't understand that Bombad means good. So he gets really sad and he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought that might have been a good idea, but I'll leave you alone. And he like turns to walk away and Jar Jar's like, no. Bombad means good. And of course the kid like lights up and he's all happy and smiling. And of course they go off to new adventures together. I want to see the Jar Jar and Scarred Orphan adventures.
It's fantastic.
That's a pretty cute story.
It was so incredibly like heartwarming, or like it really like tugged at your heartstrings and it made you feel like really bad and then really good. Yeah,
is he like this?
yeah, he's like exactly.
Where's the good one? Nope.
I feel you have to like snap his neck for him to talk. That's terrible.
No. You squeeze him.
Just push his stomach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we found this at Target last night. For you audio listeners, I'm holding up a new Jar Jar plushie, 2021 Jar Jar.
He was labeled as Gungan,
but he's wearing the same thing as Jar Jar.
I said to AJ last night, we passed up on the Bad Batch mission fleet, which is the 4-pack of them, and we got the Jar Jar over this because, well, we had to. And then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty sure we've gotten all of the official Jar Jar related merch in the past year because we got the Black Series figure, we got the plushie from Galaxy's Edge that Matt got for us, and then now we have this guy, and it's like, what? Okay, here we are.
His ears look like ruffles.
Oh, I love it. Look at that.
Yes, they do.
He's got like corduroy ears.
And that's enough.
Anyway,
from my
that
was my prop.
And that's what's going to happen in Rangers. That's what's going to happen in Rangers of the New Republic. Jar Jar Binks sad story. Look for that one, guys.
I love it.
Hot take. I like it. So before we get started, I have a Patreon ad read that if you reach a certain level of our Patreon, if you're so inclined, I think it's the bounty hunter level. I don't remember off the top of my head. I should know that. I should come prepared to know that, but I don't. So David G sent this one in, and it was for Kessel Spice. So here goes the ad. You can like have a jingle in the background, but I don't have that. Once you try our spice, you'll never think twice. Our spice is nice. Kessel spice.
That's great. Love it.
That was great.
That was groovy.
So there you
That
go.
was very Outer Worlds. It's not the best choice. It's
Yeah, that's what I was
Spacer's
thinking.
choice. It's like
So that's what these should
that
all
was
be.
exactly what that
There should
was.
just be little jingles.
Yeah.
And a certain few on our Patreon. Great people.
So maybe
sent
we'll
in, a few-
maybe we'll come up with a little jingle for that and sing it next time.
Maybe.
That'd be fun.
Maybe
Dallin,
we'll see.
Dallin, friend of the show, my former college roommate and good friend. He made a album cover of the last ad, which was from our friend Kevin, and it was Suga Suga. Matt wasn't here for that, so this was exciting to do this with Matt here. It was Suga Suga, a new album from, or was that the band? It was a Jawa band, and Dallin made the Photoshop of the album. So maybe I'll have
I saw
Dallin
that.
make some Kessel spice. It can be in like a little like paprika jar or something.
Yeah.
There you go. Cobb Vanth with his like utility spices. Oh, by the way, get this news out of the way earlier. So the Hasbro released, they had HasCon, Hasbro PulseCon over the weekend. Were you gonna talk about this, AJ?
I was gonna thank all our patrons next.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. We'll talk about news in a second. Finish up.
So I'd like to thank all our patrons while we're at it. Kevin,
Yes.
Chad, Sam, Ryan, Farm Boy, Anthony, Taylor, Thatch, Janet, that's my mom, and David G.
Thank you, everybody.
So thank you
Right
guys.
on.
Thank you so
Right
much.
on.
I love it. But yeah, if you want to have an ad read on our podcast, essentially it's a little like in-universe ad, consider supporting us on Patreon. We have the links down below. But yeah, the news. So Hasbro PulseCon was this past weekend, and there was a lot of Star Wars reveals for the Vintage Collection and the Black Series and the whole Rancor TVC, whatever. Anyway, the best thing about it is we officially saw the Cobb Vanth figure, and I gotta say, I am over the moon excited for it because it is spot on. Although the pants are a little bit the wrong color, they should be a little bit more green. But
It's okay.
other than that, it's
close enough.
perfect. All the detail seams are there, and I'm just like, because like I've been staring at that costume for like the past like year, easily at this
like
point.
this.
Yes, exactly. You guys like go back and watch our
Wink,
little
wink.
Halloween stream. AJ was wearing the end result for it. There's still a couple details that I have to just add in, but it's there. And I'm excited. There's the pumpkins. Yeah, two of
Got
our
our pumpkins behind me, yeah.
Vote for mine.
Anyway,
Vote for mine.
By the time
not-
the
not
voting
there.
is done,
No,
or by the
it's
time
done.
this comes out, the voting will be done.
It's
So
yeah.
Matt
voted
made
for
a Fragosian pumpkin. So essentially, you know, the little fuzzy guys from Resistance. And
Yeah.
in the interview that we posted
Came
a
out great.
long while ago, earlier this
Long
year
while
with
ago.
Landry Q. Walker, he told us that the Fragosians like open like Muppet heads. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
check out our stream if you want to see some pumpkin Muppet head action.
a long while ago in a YouTube not far from here.
It's this channel. It's probably
Yep.
the video right before this.
Yep, literally.
So I know Matt wanted to comment on it, but he looked miserable at the bottom for your audio listeners because he's a 3 3/4 inch,
I'm a TVC collector and TVC.
and they didn't make anything. Although
Really?
the spider one looks cool.
yeah,
Mando with spiders. It's fun.
It's
creatures.
something,
Yeah.
at least. Something new. They gave us a bunch of like re-releases and stuff. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
But anywho,
Anywho,
Oh
yeah.
well.
we
Anyway.
actually did a proper intro this time, guys. You usually just hop right into it, and usually most podcasts do like a little segment at the beginning, and then they get into it. But I liked it.
We are
what did
nothing
there.
like most podcasts. Have you
No,
seen
no.
how?
No.
Have you ever seen the rails on this podcast? They don't exist.
We
No,
have as many
they're
rails as
They're
the
gone.
Death Star.
They're way like off screen this way.
So today's
They're across the
podcast,
screen.
instead of pulling one out of our keysters like we do sometimes, but we make good content with those. Keep that in mind. We've planned this one for a while. Don't remember how we got the idea, but we're each gonna not build our own pod racers. I guess we are, but it's kind of a
course we
different
are.
format. Well, it's not like segmented like the other ones. It's a little different. And then at the end, we're gonna add on a bunch of pod racers that you guys sent in through social media, Twitter and Instagram. And thank you guys for those, by the way. They're all fun names, and we'll get to that. And then we're gonna race them in Marbles from Steam, the game Marble Racing Simulation. So that's gonna be fun. So
So this is the first ever HoloNet Marauders Pod Racing Grand Prix.
That's right.
So we're each making our own pod racer, as AJ said, and then we'll pop everybody else in later.
The
So
first
guys,
annual pod racing Grand Prix.
The
here at
Beantown,
HoloNet Marauders.
the Beantown Eve.
The Beantown Eve.
Boonta
I actually
Eve?
like that. That's
Beantown
The
actually kind of
Beantown Eve.
The
Yeah,
Beanto Eve.
talking about pulling it out of your keister. That was great though.
Beantown.
I thought of that in the shower.
Oh,
That's good.
still good though.
That's
Still
good.
Yeah.
Beantown Eve.
Beantown
Anyway.
Eve. All right. So the Beantown Eve Grand Prix is happening today. So we each have our last minute entries that we want to get out there. So guys, how do you want to talk about our entries? Do you want to how do you want to talk about them?
I guess we'll go around and you'll each say your species that you
Okay.
chose, and you'll do it all in one, I think, rather than just be like, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this. So whoever starts will say what their alien or human or whatever, what their species is, the backstory that we came up with.
Okay, so you
talk
want
about-
the full information.
Yep, the
in-
full
okay.
shebang. Yep.
Okay.
So I don't know who wants to go first. We can go in alphabetical order. So I guess that would be me first. I didn't even think of
Wow.
that. We
Cheating.
can
Oh,
do
good
last
job.
name alphabetical. I don't know.
Nah.
So you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
for it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So my guy is an Abednito.
Okay.
Love
and
Abenitos.
His backstory is I'll do the name last because should I do the name now or do the name last?
Name
Whichever.
Name last.
Unless it's
That's a
like
big
a
reveal.
big reveal, then last.
I'll
Okay.
save it. It's not a big reveal, but it's fun. So this guy was a legend. He was like one of the best pod racers around. He's been retired 10 years.
Oh God.
So his family got kidnapped and they're held hostage, and he has to win this race. He's forced to win this race or he'll never see his family again.
Holy crap.
Yep. So a bit of a horror story here for your Halloween week to date
good.
the episode.
It's
Yeah,
good.
right.
And yeah, so I don't know if like gambling is involved with the people that took his family, but
yeah.
he's he has to win, so that guy wins or something, and then he gets his family back.
This
So
reminds
if
me
he
of the
doesn't
Resistance
win,
episode.
kind of, yeah, it is a little bit like
yeah.
that. I didn't think
Yeah.
of that. The Vortex 3000.
The Docs
Yeah.
Vortex
Yeah.
3000.
So there's that. That's his backstory. So he was a professional racer. Before that, I don't know. He was just washing dishes or something before he made his way on. And he was like a pit stop guy before they had pit droids. I don't know. Make something
Sure.
up.
Before they
Sure.
had pit
Before
droids.
they had pit
For the
droids.
teams that couldn't afford pit droids, I think
Yeah.
is a more accurate assumption here.
The four
Yeah,
teams.
I think
Even though
that's
Anakin
better.
had pit droids and anyways.
Mm.
Watto
Yeah.
had pit droids.
His-
Watto
Anakin
had pit droids.
used Watto's pit droids.
I'm very excited to describe his pod because I got to this part in my notebook and I was like, what should I do? And I came up with a great idea and I have a little visual, but it's scrapped together from an old TIE fighter.
Ooh.
So the cockpit or whatever you call it, where the driver sits, where the racer sits, is the ball of a TIE fighter.
Oh, that's
And then
clever.
there's the connecting hoses to the engines, whatever you call those. And then there's the two TIE fighter wings on the engines of the racer. So I have like a little doodle.
That's
It's kind of
good.
not great, but
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Look at
yeah.
that.
Looks good.
And it's painted orange with flames on the side.
Mm.
Makes it go faster.
Yeah. So he
Oh, of
dug
course.
this thing out of the garage, dusted it off. He's been retired, and it's
I like it.
And
I
his
like it.
name, Mosquito.
Mosquito. He's a
Mosquito the Abednito.
Mosquito the Avid Nito.
So MOS'
Beautiful.
QUITO.
Good.
That's good.
I like
That's
that.
good.
That's him.
I like that a lot.
Mosquito.
I don't expect your guys to be as dark a backstory. At least I hope not. 'cause this
Oh.
was- I don't
Oh.
know. I think there
You
was a
want-
movie with like a baseball player that I kind of based this off of. I don't remember, but
I'm pretty sure that's a common trope in which like you have to like save your family like by doing some like crazy like winning. You have to win some contest like kind
Yeah.
of task,
so
Yeah.
and then
kind of fun.
or else they'll
So
die.
next, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, is Jamie.
Okay.
It does come before.
I know my alphabet.
Alphabetically, yes. So this this guy, this is fun. This guy. I'm not sure if they're actually a guy. It's kind of nebulous, as they are, because they are an Ugor. Now, an Ugor is they're pretty much a big blob of gelatinous goo. If you guys have read the High Republic comics, but archivist Orbelin, he's an Ugor, and he like wears this like special like enviro suit, so you never actually like see him, but he's pretty much just like a big blob of jelly. So
Oh yeah.
I love Oberlin. He's great. But this isn't about him. This is about someone else. And so I think what I'm gonna name this guy, his name is Sto Joji. There's like 4 W's in there.
Okay.
Stowe
All right.
Joji. That's his name.
All right.
So Stowe Joji, he is you guys probably won't tell that this is lovingly ripped off of something differently, but this is his backstory. So he is he's a baker. Goes to different like markets like across the galaxy, and he like always has like fresh baked pies. And you don't ask what the pies are made out of though, because he always has a steady supply of meat for these pies, but you never really know like what it is. They're just meat pies.
Meat pies.
This guy, he named his pod racer after his alter ego, which is loosely after his alter ego. The pod is named the Goop Glider.
Goop Glider. That's his alter ego.
That's
His alter
amazing.
ego
There
is
goes the Goop Glider.
his alter ego is the gurgling Goop Gnasher. He's a serial killer.
Oh,
What
did he
happened?
kidnap my guy's family?
Maybe.
What happened?
Maybe. So
I think that's
this
the
guy,
backstory.
he just does pod racing for kicks, and so like he literally just like goes to like have a good time because apparently he doesn't get enough of a thrill out of murdering people and baking them into
He pod
pies,
races for a
a la
clone?
like Sweeney Todd.
Uh,
No, so yeah, so the Goop Glider is the entry in this. So the Goop Glider, since this guy is an Ugor and he's like literally just like gelatinous goo. That's why it's goop. I'm picturing it's more of like a flat type middle piece because he like gets out of his enviro suit when he like goes into it, so it like seals like over him, so he's just like in there like, and he can like extend to like the outer like parts because like he's just goo, goes everywhere. And yeah, and it's green, but it's clear. There's a lot of like glass, but like like the good glass that doesn't like break that easily, and like that's
The
what
good
his
glass.
glider,
Yeah.
not glider, that's what his pod racer looks like. So yeah, look out for the gurgling goop gnasher on the
Whoa,
track.
this is incredible. You guys both
there you
went
go.
like super creepy and dark.
Hey,
It's
it's
Halloween,
Halloween.
Oh no, I
You
didn't.
gotta.
I didn't. Unfortunately, I
like-
didn't keep the.
I was
You
hoping
never
like
know
maybe
what's gonna happen.
I was hoping our things could interact a bit, so that kind of works. And we'll see what Matt has.
The
But
gurgling goop gnasher.
So Stowe Joji has nothing to do with kidnapping people. He will just straight up like kill them.
okay, so
Oh.
maybe not. Okay,
I
He
was gonna
doesn't hold
say
people hostage. He just
he's
does
gonna
it.
turn Mosquito's family into pies. If
He would have
Mosquito
already done
doesn't
it by
beat him.
now. So maybe whoever
Maybe
is
he
holding
has.
those
Ruthless.
people is gonna be like, all right, here you go. And then Stowe's just like, excellent, excellent.
Oh.
the guy
no.
who took my guy's family is like a Dryden Voss type of guy. I imagine,
Okay.
a big shot gangster
Yeah.
Okay.
that fiddles with races and stuff like that. So.
And Goop's just like, can I have the bodies?
Can I use those?
Oh,
Wait,
You're
what is
gonna
that?
eat
What is that
God.
based on? Is that based on something from like Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls?
No. Well,
That's
it
Sweeney
probably
Todd.
is an Elder Scrolls,
rings
but
a
no,
bell.
it's Sweeney Todd. It's
Kills people
Uh,
and puts them in
the
meat
Demon
pies.
Barber of Fleet Street. That's
Yeah.
literally what it is. He's a barber and he slits
Nice.
people's throats, kills them, and then Mrs. Lovett bakes them into meat pies.
If Johnny Depp was a gelatinous glob of goo.
You know,
Wow.
if there was a way, he would find a way.
That's true.
That's great.
Anyway, Stowe Joji and the Goop Glider. There you go.
Ochoji.
All right. So my guy is an Ardinian. To start off,
It's nuts.
Sure, it is. Yeah, he's a Minoc roast. No, he's not a Minoc roaster. He's actually a former opera singer / musical performer.
This is
Wow.
great.
He performed in Squid Lake because he
Oh.
was very tactile and nubile because he's got 4 arms, 2 opposable feet, and he's jumping around and doing stuff. But he retired because that wasn't his calling. He decided he wanted to race pods for a living.
There we
pod
go.
race, as it were. So he quit the business. He went to Tatooine to build his own pod racer out of scrap parts. And while wandering through the desert, he found this circular keyboard just kind of lying there next to the wreckage of this giant sail barge.
Oh
And so
no.
he picked up that circular keyboard and he decided to turn the cockpit of his pod racer into that circular keyboard. You see, because he has like the 4 arms. He's like using 2 of them in the front, and like 2 of them on the side. And his
That's
feet,
amazing.
he's like going nuts around them. And he also picked up for these guys.
Ooh.
Oh,
Gonk
Or
droids.
gonks.
And he turned them into engines.
yes.
As we've seen from the High Republic, you can turn a gonk droid into an engine.
That's
Yep.
beautiful.
So picture basically like the circular Max Rebo keyboard attached to 4 gonk droids.
Someone needs to draw this up. This is good.
And he kept his nickname from his opera singing career. His name, which I chose because Rio Durant is like a super Italian name.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like Ardinians are like the space Italians of the galaxy, or at least one of the many space Italians.
Okay.
I
Yep.
relate to a lot of these species. So I'm calling him Two Tones Capone.
Two Tones Capone from
Tones
Squid Lake.
Capone.
Two Tones Capone coming in
Before
hot
we
with
went
those
Squid
4
Lake,
gonk
and now
droids.
here to race. No
Wow.
dark backstory. Just well, maybe a backstory for
That's
backstory
great,
from Max
though.
Rebo. He lost his keyboard, but
Well, Squid Lake's kind of like a spooky thing, so he's part of that. That adds
Look,
up to Halloween. I'll take
he
it.
was there. You know,
Yeah.
Not every pod racer is gonna have like a terrifying backstory. Like I think
No, of
that
course not.
that is really cool. So
Nice, very nice. I'm thinking this takes place. This set of races that we're gonna do takes place in the New Republic era.
well, it must now by that.
Yeah.
And it
Yep,
must
I've
take place
dated it.
after TIE fighters exist, according to yours. Mine can be anytime.
Right.
I don't know how old Uyghurs can be.
Uyghurs can live a long time. I think.
How do you think the Empire? Say this was during Imperial times, and my guy had an pod racer built from a TIE fighter. How do you think the Empire would feel about that? That'd be like a disrespectful
care.
move, wouldn't it? Really?
I don't think they would care.
I don't think.
I
they
mean,
would
like
care.
think about it. I would assume most pod racing in the galaxy takes place over in hut space, and they don't care what is going on out
Yeah.
there.
And
Like, anything
also,
goes.
like the Empire doesn't even care about TIE fighters. Like they're like the junkiest like spacecraft on planet Earth. They put no funding into TIE fighters at all
The junkiest spacecraft on planet
in the
Earth.
galaxy. In the galaxy,
Although TIE
Yes.
Defender, big
TIE
project.
Defender is great. TIE fighters, bad. They have no like atmospheric control.
Can't
No
even go to light speed.
shields.
No
Can't. No
shields.
hyperdrive.
No
They're terrible.
drive-throughs. That's a story for another day.
That's a story that'll never get told.
It
All
might.
right.
It might. It's too good not to. But
So what do
anyway,
Let's get to the racing.
I guess I'll.
All right.
All right.
All
A
right.
little backstory for everybody before we start. The leader there, Dianoga Johnson,
Absolute legend.
absolute legend. Before we even started this, he won like every test race we performed,
He did.
and he was originally the name AJ was going to choose for his pod racer,
And I forgot
and he
think
forgot
that-
Dianoga Johnson.
somehow.
I think
He's a
he
legend
is
on
what
his own, though.
inspired all of this, actually.
absolutely.
Like a month ago or so. I think we mentioned it a few times back. Someone called me a Duncan Dianoga, affectionately.
Yeah.
And so then it kind of spurred from that, Dianoga Johnson. So
And
Right.
anyway,
All right.
might I
What was it?
add, I added one more person.
yeah.
If you remember him from our panel, Ubob Criff.
Bob Criff, he's a pod racer.
He's
How
trying
did
out
we
pod
racing.
racing.
forget?
What was
course.
he?
He was
The Kessel Spice person, or not Kessel?
The
he was an
Anzellan.
Anzellan
No, wait,
engineer.
not an Anzellan.
He was Anzellan.
He was an Anzellan.
Right. I'm getting Anzellans and Ardinians.
We literally
confused.
created Babu Frick.
Anzellans are Babu Frick, Ardinians are Rio Durand, and Matt's Two-Tone
Tones
Capone.
Right.
And Ubab Frick. Ubab
He's
Frick.
trying
Ubab
out,
Frick.
trying
All
out
right,
pod
great.
racing.
So
Here we
the
go.
inaugural Beantown.
What
Grand
planet
Prix?
is this?
Beantown
Nabu?
Eve.
Oh.
This is Naboo.
Yeah, this
This
can be
is
Naboo.
Naboo.
Look at those
Okay.
trees. That can be
Yeah,
Naboo.
those
All
are
right,
It'll be 3 laps.
there we go.
We'll narrate it to our best ability, and they're off.
And they're
Right.
off.
AJ, do your best here to actually
We got
watch the
Ubab
race.
Criff.
Ubab Criff starting
Wow.
Ubab
off
Criff in the
strong.
lead.
out of nowhere,
Oh my god.
followed by the.
Matt's
it's
the
a- It's a
crazy-
free for all. Rodon.
Rodon.
Rodon. All
Rodon,
right.
Rodon.
Mad's the crazy.
That's the crazy.
Going
I don't
for
know
it.
who
Wow.
that is.
Ubab Criff holding first place.
I have to say, Stowe Joji is the only one of our guys.
There he is.
Hey, it's not over. It's not
Coming
over,
up.
baby.
He's
Come
coming up the pack.
on. Come on. All right. I see Mosquito as well.
Rodon
Oh,
making a
Rodon in the
comeback.
lead. Feach and
he's in-
Ewok.
One
Matt's
lap's
really
done.
in the lead. He's really in the lead. That's not good. Ubab Criff in
There they
second.
go.
Stow Joji's coming up.
Coming around the
Mosquito's
turn 2
doing
again.
well. I can't even see. Two Tones. What are you doing, dude?
He
He's
is
all the way in the back.
last.
I think Matsim Onelli is in last, actually.
Yeah, he's in last.
And Two
But
Tones
Two
Capone, there
Tones
he is.
Capone.
Mosquito is. Oh, Stojo just broke top 3. No, he's back to 4th. Oh, now he's in 5th. Uh-oh.
Can I just say that I never
Bob.
win anything. I never win anything. I don't
You
even
won
win
Plinko.
This is the best
in
thing
the
about this
fake podcast. In the fake pod racing.
is totally random though, so we have no control over this
I
whatsoever.
know.
Right.
Ubab Criff is in the lead. That is fantastic.
He's doing great.
Ubab Criff, Rodan, Bertie Bonanza,
Tones
Mads the Crazy,
Capone.
Sto Joji is now 6th.
Come on,
Dackett
buddy.
Neb.
There he is, top 10.
Matsim
Two Tones
Onelli's
Capone, top
next.
10.
All right, one more lap, or was that the 3rd lap?
This is the 3rd. Ubab
Was it
Criff.
Ubab
Ubab
Criff,
Criff takes
Rodan,
it away.
Wow.
Mads the Crazy? So
Okay.
Stow Joji. Two Tones Capone.
how did he
He
do
made
that?
Both of you.
What is
I
that?
beat
Came out of
both
nowhere.
of you.
And Mosquito made it in.
Oh, pull up those final results. Pull those up. right.
Oh,
Wow.
Two Tones
AJ's.
Capone coming in 7th.
Circle around there. So we got Ubab Criff in the 1st position.
Yep.
And our characters we just created came in 7th, 8th, and 9th. Two Tones Capone, Sto Joji, and then Mosquito.
At least
The,
they
Wow.
cut
the one the
top
fans
10.
created came in 1st because the fans come 1st.
And Dianoga Johnson
Right.
in 12th.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dianoga, that's an upset. That's,
And Matt Sim Onelli in last
Yep.
in 16.
All right.
and Jack Lowe, Rosinante. Okay,
Wow.
next map.
Oh, wow.
So
All right,
Ubab
all right.
Criff takes.
Takes the win for the first race.
Let me
Yeah.
write these down.
I think they
So I
need to
can
keep
say-
track, but
You'll keep track.
I would assume.
Mosquito, he better be nervous. He better be nervous because he already lost one race. There's only
The
3 in the
Naboo circuit.
Beantown Eve Classic.
the Beantown. Here, we're gonna
Okay.
do one of
We're on to
these.
the next one. What planet is this going to be?
I gotta see the track.
Yeah, let's see the track. I
It
think
looks
it's
very
another
similar
grassy
to this one.
Very
but
similar.
It can be pretty
Literally.
similar.
That looks
This
almost identical.
This looks
Let's-
very. What was the Bad Batch planet where they saved the Separatist guy? Raxus Prime.
Raxus.
Yeah, that's Raxus.
Raxus
This
Prime.
could be Raxus.
All right.
We're on
with
Raxus
trees.
Prime.
Raxus
Nice
Prime.
trees.
We're racing,
Great
racing
fall
the Confederate
planet.
capital, former Confederate capital.
And they're off.
And they're off.
And they're off.
All right.
All right.
Long neck Dove takes the lead.
Wow.
Oh, Stojoji.
Oh,
Stojoji's
Stojoji.
he's making his way. He's making his way. Ubab Criff not doing so hot. Not doing so hot.
And it is
Stojoji.
Stojoji's got this though.
Stojoji's
Mosquito
been up
had like
there.
a brief moment where he was in 1st.
Hey, don't you guys forget at home that
And
Mosquito's family is in grave danger.
Yeah,
I
he's
would just
not
like to
racing
point
like it,
out-
that's for sure.
that Two Tones Capone is in 2nd to last again. Oh no, 3rd to last. Sorry.
He's like
Two
Apollo Ono.
tones.
He starts slow and he makes his
He
way up
starts
to the
slow,
front.
yeah, and then he'll make his way to the front. You're right. So we got Feek and
Long neck
Ewok
Dove doing
and
well.
Long Neck Dove and Dak Itneb in the top 3. Sto Joji keeps flirting with 4th, but Matt
Tones in last.
Simonelli takes 4th.
2 tones in last.
Two Tones.
He's singing to himself as he's going around and Max Rebo's piano.
Maybe maybe it wasn't the best idea to make a pod race out of 4 gonk droids and a keyboard, but
Stowe's
valuable
Stowe's
lessons
gonna
learned.
Stowe's
Valuable lessons.
gonna meet up with someone afterwards for a bet that was handled in which whoever finishes last the most might end up in a pie.
What?
Might.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Two Tones Capone, come on.
Long neck Dove is like
Long Neck Dove's
Seabiscuit over
taking it
here.
away. I don't even know. Long Neck Dove is a terrible Star Wars name. Terrible Star Wars name.
Like it's great.
Shout out to our friend Brent for the name Long Neck Dove.
Oh no, Brent.
He named it after his a ship he created actually. Like I think it was a YT.
Oh,
Acrylic
okay, so that's
freighter.
like the name of the pod.
It was
I
the name
think
of the
that's great.
yeah. Long Neck
Alright.
Dove
All
takes
right,
it
long
That's
as
a
it wins
great-
that one.
in Matt's
name.
face.
Wow.
Two Tones Capone, top 10. Mosquito.
Feek and Ewok and Doc Neck. Yep. Dianoga Johnson squeaked in for number 3.
And Sto Joji comes in
Right.
6th.
And my
Two
guy
Tones
came in
Capone comes
second to
in 10th.
last.
And
All right.
Mosquito is not seeing
I
his
think
family.
I think his family's gone. I don't think he can.
He's
make up
not
for
getting
it.
his family back. Dude, this is sad. What's going on, guys? Sto
I don't know.
Joji's doing pretty well. Sto Joji.
Dianoga Johnson was awesome in that one.
He
Two-Tones
was.
Capone, though, and Mosquito. He used to be the best.
So
He
it was
brushed himself
Longneck-
out of retirement just for this.
Longneck
He can't even
taken
save his
first,
family.
Then Feek and Ewok, and then Dianoga Johnson in third. Good race. Good race. This next map is wild.
Yeah,
This next course, I should say, on Elfrona,
Elfrona. And
El Corona.
Sandy Planet.
this one has a fun little twist.
What, the Plinko?
Well, no, I was going to say the
Well,
fact
that is a twist.
our characters can die.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They can die. They can go off the map. And if
All
that
right.
happens, I guess that changes the standings quite a bit.
There's no guarantee you're going to finish this race,
No,
which, like
very
any pod
fast,
race.
very
Ooh,
dangerous.
I'm nervous. Here we go. They're off.
Ooh, Longneck Dove and Ubab Criff. They just like fell.
They're going
like,
at it.
at the side.
That could be oh, I thought someone
Oh,
fell.
no.
Let me get
I
down
thought they
a
did
little
too.
better on the camera.
I think they did. Somebody got stuck. Ooh, Two-Tones,
Oh,
no!
Two-Tones, no!
And
Two-Tones.
Sto
Oh,
Joji.
Joji,
No! All right, Mosquito.
Oh,
Mosquito's
no.
still in the race. So we got
Birdsie
one of
The
our
Bonanza.
Birdsie
characters. still
Bonanza
in.
is first.
Birdsie
Oh my gosh.
Bonanza. Jeez.
Oh, he's just stuck. He's going backwards.
stuck?
His engine stalled out.
Oh
I don't
no.
know what's going on.
Oh, there he
He's-
goes. There he goes.
He could have 3 cups of coffee and still be in first at this rate.
Honestly.
Feek and Ewok
Feek
catching
and
up.
Ewok, though. Feek and Ewok. He's making his way. Uh-oh.
Dianoga Johnson takes the corner like a champ because he knows this map. He knows this place.
Where's Mosquito? Oh, 10th.
Birdsie
Oh,
Bonanza!
Birdsie Bonanza's out.
Oh, no.
He's gone. All right,
Uh,
Feek and Ewok's got a chance. And he's
lost
out.
for porgs everywhere.
No, he's still in. He's still in.
Oh, he hit
Still
a
in.
peg. Dianoga Johnson's.
Oh! Feek and
And
Ewok
Feek
off
and
the
Ewok
map.
Ouch.
is out of here. Ubab
Dianoga
Criff
Johnson's
and
still holding on to
Dianoga
that lead.
Johnson.
Ubab Criff.
Still
Come
in.
on.
Still
I
in.
want Ubab to win so
They're
bad.
like neck and neck.
Dianoga has the lead. Aston Lambo takes first.
Out of nowhere.
Mads
Yeah.
the
There goes
Crazy's
Mads the
dead.
Crazy. He's out. Mosquito is still in 9th.
How did Aston Lambo get up there?
I don't know, but he's about to get launched.
Mosquito died.
No!
No, everyone's out.
All of our
Oh,
Only
characters
7
are
racers
dead.
left.
All of our characters are gone.
This is like the
Ooh, Dianoga Johnson just got launched.
What is
This
going
is like the
on?
Boon to Eve. Only like 3 people finished the Boon to Eve.
This
or
is
something.
true. Aston Lambo is dead.
Oh, come on,
Dianoga Johnson.
Ubab.
Maybe.
I think somehow Dianoga Johnson is in the lead, although it's unclear
Nope,
how.
it's now
Get a look at that
Nalyed-
finish line.
Nalyed Ace. Nalyed
Ooh,
Ace
Nalyed
takes the
Ace.
lead, and Nalyed Ace wins.
Naliad Ace wins. But if Dianoga takes second, I think
Dianoga
he might win the whole thing because of average.
Dianoga
Uh,
does take second place.
And Ubab
And
Criff
Ubab.
in third.
Look at
And
that.
Maxim
That's
O'Nelly.
O'Nelly.
What a comeback.
All right.
Moxie Soda and Rodan. Or Rodon.
A
I should
journey
say.
from Camino to Minsk.
Minsk. And Moxie Soda.
Moxie Soda, not bad. At least they
Comes
survived.
in
That's a win in
Gosh,
itself.
look at this.
What a finale.
Ace. Oh
Ooh.
my god. What a bloodbath. What a
Seriously.
bloodbath. Two
So I
Tones
do
Capone,
believe,
you were such a disappointment.
if I'm reading that correctly, Naled Ace is is our friend Dylan from All New Nerds, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
there he is. I was like, look at that.
right,
Dianoga
guys.
Johnson in second place, Ubab Criff, and then none of our just created player characters finished that race,
No.
which is
Quite sad.
awful.
Quite
Oh,
tragic.
It's terrible. Terrible.
Were you looking at the
terrible.
rest?
I was
Bring it
trying to
back
take a
up.
picture of it. I'm all set though. Oh, thank you.
And I have the 3 top 3s of each one. So that
All right.
should average it out. So in the Naboo circuit, Ubab Criff got first, Rodan got second, and Mads got third. Mads died, so I think they're out.
Now, are we talking like death
There
death
goes-
or like they crashed?
Like they just crashed.
I say they just crashed.
Okay.
Because there were plenty of pod racers who I thought died in the Boonty Eve Classic when I was like a kid.
But they're
That turned
fine.
out to
yeah.
like live.
But,
Like
like,
the
they're
only one who
fine.
died
One
was
or
like the
two
little
dead.
guy that we saw his family
Yeah.
at the beginning.
That's kind of like Mosquito, I
Yeah,
guess.
dude, it is.
The
Pod
opposite,
racing.
maybe.
Why is it inherently tragic? What's
So,
inherently tragic about pod racing?
In the
I don't know.
second circuit on Raxus Prime,
Yep.
Longneck took first. He never
Okay.
placed an extra point, so he's out, but he won that one. So congrats to him.
Congrats
Feek and
to
Ewok
Longneck.
did not place at all in the other ones either. Top 3 at least. And Dianoga Johnson got third there.
Dianoga Johnson. What a
good.
sleeper hit.
Nalid Ace got first in the finale there on Elfrona,
Good.
but they didn't place elsewhere, so they're unfortunately out. And Dianoga got second, and Ubob Criff got third. So Ubob got a first and a third. Dianoga got a third and a second. So I think Ubob wins
Ubab Criff won the whole thing.
by
He
average.
does. Look at that.
And again, like I said, the fan created character wins because the fans always win. Fans come first.
Ubab Criff.
Ubab Criff
Ubab Criff.
is the
There
he
winner
is.
of the Beantown Eve Grand Prix.
The first annual Beantown Eve Classic. Let's give him a round of applause. There he is.
All right, fire up the droids.
Oh, wait. He announces fake name.
Oops, wrong one. Fire up the droids. All these pods need to get fixed. So
Yeah.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
We will have to do this again.
AJ, did they get
Absolutely.
a victory parade at the Beantown Eve Classic here?
Yep. They do.
Fire up the sail barges.
Fire up the sail barges. Get the
Fire
sail
up
barges ready.
barges. Run them through Boston.
There
Take the
they
day
go.
off from work, guys. It's
Don't take the commuter rail, and it's
And
going
he's
to be a
just up there
nightmare.
like
gonna be an absolute disaster.
Dude,
Dude, Ubab Criff, he's been our best created character so far. He's done the most out of
I know.
anybody. Not only
The legend
is he
continues.
a mechanic, he just won his first pod race.
The legend of Ubab Criff. I can't believe it. This is
HoloNet Marauders
Wow.
great.
canon, dude.
It-
We got
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
QG813 and Ubab Criff.
Mhm.
And some other
And,
things, maybe? I'm not sure.
We got plenty
What
of other.
was-
We have a bounty hunter. We have a Jedi.
We
Yeah.
almost named the
Awesome.
Gungan here after
Yeah.
the Jedi, but too goofy.
Yeah,
It needs to be Jar Jar. So
Yeah, so we almost named him True to
didn't like that.
Wasa, our Jedi that we made a while ago. But the fact that it literally is in Jar Jar's clothes. Does this
Yeah.
mean I need to make this
sounds
little
like
guy
him.
an outfit now?
Yes.
good.
I haven't
Make
even
it
made
True to
any of my
Wasa
own porgs
plushie.
an outfit. Babu needs an outfit.
You
Okay.
can make him a racing
be
outfit,
Ubab
racing
Criff.
jumpsuit.
Okay, great. Now I need to make 2 little outfits for these plushies. I haven't even made any of my own Porgs outfits, and I know that Pesto's going to be a little upset to hear that, Pesto Porg, because he has all those clothes, but like none of my Porgs own any clothes. But
Right.
now these 2 other plushies are going to own clothes. My Porgs
You
aren't
guys
even in
ready?
this room with me right now. This is a tragedy.
This is a
Wow.
tragedy.
You
Anyway,
guys ready for the not Star Wars question of the week?
yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
sure.
What you got?
So, as we mentioned, Halloween's coming up. What is your favorite Halloween costume of all time that you've had? I guess this could be a Star Wars question, technically, if you did a Star Wars outfit. But
It certainly is a Star Wars question for me.
So it needs to be something for Halloween, though, right?
yeah,
Okay. Because I've never actually been a Star Wars character for Halloween, with the exception of like last week.
that's
I just
right
do
for
the
the pumpkin
cosplay
paint
stuff.
off. Yeah.
Come back to me last.
Okay, Matt.
You know what I'm going to show you.
Oh yeah, we can even pull up the
Do you
picture.
have a picture of it?
Oh yeah. I'll pull up a better one than that in
Please pull up a better
post
picture.
production, and maybe
But
I'll pull up
this-
the edited one.
That is
pizza in the
me.
background, or Sith
No.
Wayfinder. What is that?
I think they're just pumpkins.
A pumpkin?
Oh yeah, it's like a triangular pumpkin or something.
That is me in, I think, the either 5th or 6th grade as my own Jedi character who I never named. I just wanted to be a Jedi. And my mom made this costume from scratch.
Well
It's
done.
actually a pirate coat with like a leather strap tied around it and these like boots that cover my sneakers. They're like
That's so
boot
good.
flaps that like go over your sneakers, and I just wore khaki pants. And that was my dude.
It looks good.
From this to this day, best costume.
It kind of looks like you were foreshadowing like Rey's Last Jedi outfit there. The color scheme was similar.
Yeah, a little bit there. The brown
Gray,
and
white, and
khakis.
brown. Yeah.
Tall brown boots. Yeah. Mine. This was a classic situation of me thinking of a question for you guys and not thinking of my own answer. So my favorite costume growing up was one year I was a peasant, and this was ridiculous because
What?
You're
I
always
was a peasant from the game, not Trogador, but there's the Homestar Runner. It's a very niche crowd, but homestarrunner.com. Some of you may know about it, some of you may not. There was a game, a
rings
mini
a
game on their
bell.
website called Peasant Quests. It was a click and point adventure game. Ridiculous. Rohan, if you're listening, you'll know what I'm talking about. Some of you will know, but Peasant Quest. I'll pull up a photo so people don't think I'm crazy, but the
Peasant
theme for it was
Quest.
awesome. And yeah, I was like, Mom, I want to be a peasant for Halloween. And she was like, all right, what do we need? And I was like, just like a brown robe.
Good. No, that's great.
Okay. Not a day goes by that AJ does not actually mention Homestar Runner in this house, which is kind of crazy, but that's true.
It is.
Star Wars and Homestar Runner. I'm kidding, not that often, but a lot more than you think. It gets mentioned here. So for me, my favorite Halloween costume growing up, I would have to actually say when I was in first grade, I was Madeline from Madeline, like the
Madeline.
books and like the shows and whatnot. That was a really interesting costume because all that actually came with it was the yellow hat and the coat. It didn't come with the dress, which was bizarre, right?
It's bizarre.
Just the coat. So someone made me a yellow dress that looked like the dresses that like the girls wore in the books, and so I had the dress and then I had the coat and the hat. It was very adorable. It was a lot of fun. I love Madeline. Madeline and Winnie the Pooh growing up were like my two favorite things because like I don't know, that's just what I really liked. And so I was Winnie the Pooh for Halloween, obviously, as like a very young child. And then I was Madeline in first grade. And yeah, that's it. I rewore a lot of my dance costumes when I was like really small for Halloween costumes because why not, right?
Yeah, save money
True.
just for the thing you already have. Yeah.
Good point. I guess if I'm going with non-Star Wars costumes, I might have to say last year's costume when I went as Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
After I spent like a year and a half growing my chops out because I can only grow chops apparently. That ended up being a really good costume. That ended up coming out really well. I wish I had a picture of it.
Didn't get to see it in person, but
No.
I'll put up the photo of that too.
Yeah.
But weren't you Jerry Seinfeld one year as well? Was that for
I
Halloween?
was Jerry Seinfeld in 2017.
Very nice.
When I started really getting into Seinfeld. In 2018, I was Tommy Wiseau from The Room. In 2019, I was Barnacle Boy.
Perfect.
And then in 2020, I was Wolverine. And this year, you'll see.
Okay. Will we see?
No, you won't get my costume this year.
Will we see?
So, for our visual listeners and
for our visual
listeners, so the viewers, the YouTube
viewers. We here's our pumpkins from the other day. A lot of you probably watched the stream and whatnot that we did with Convor Call and Rex and Round. Super fun time. We may or may not be planning other holiday ones. The holiday special, HoloNet Marauders. We'll see.
Yeah. It's very nebulous, like the Uyghurs. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. And this was mine. This was Wrecker's helmet. It came out. I'm happy with it. A little lopsided. The eye on one isn't great, but
it's all right.
It's okay. And then Jamie did a jar of spotchka. So
very abstract.
You know, the what do you call this? The net around the jar that Cobb Vanth has. So
right. And this is my pumpkin.
Yes.
I love them. It gets better.
See, I forgot. I thought OP Pit was yellow for some reason, not orange. And then I looked him up as you were painting it during the thing. I'm like, oh no, he is orange. It's perfect. He is a pumpkin.
Yeah. And like this acts like the little hat he wears.
Yeah.
And you could just.
It is genius.
Oops.
And we still can smell the plastic in our living room.
I smell the plastic right now. It is.
I imagine.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess with that, we had our pod race. We talked about a bunch of random things, and that does it for what are we? Episode 48. We're closing in on 50. Our 1 year anniversary and our 50th episode. So coming up.
Holy crap.
He is on for that episode, I just gotta say. But just be excited. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
If you've listened to us this far, I gotta say thank you, first of all.
Well, yeah.
But episode 50 is gonna be a big it's gonna be a big thank you and big of us being reflective and being like, all right, cool. This is what we've done so far.
Yeah. I can't wait. It'll be fun.
Anyway, you guys Anything else left to say with you guys? Cool. Anyway,
Thank you for
Cool.
watching
Just-
the HoloNet Marauders.
Congrats to Ubab Criff. Unbelievable. Came out of nowhere.
Thank you.
Seriously. Sleeper hit.
Sleeper hit.
whatever you
Sleeper
wanna
hit.
call 'em.
Dianoga Johnson is the other secret sleeper hit. He almost won. But thank you so much for listening to the HoloNet Marauders podcast. You can find us everywhere at HoloNet Marauders. On Twitter, just at HoloNet Marauder, no S on that. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to our show, and we'll see you guys next time.